Chief Harris to give the police report.
Good evening again, all. So for the month of October, our overall call volume was 1,549 calls for service. We issued 158 citations, just under 100 traffic accidents, a series of disturbances, alarm activations and such. And I'm just kind of breezing through some of this because there's several things I'd like to talk about. Specifically, one remarkable overdose this month on the early morning of October 23rd, 2018. Patrol, along with EMS, was dispatched to a residence of an unresponsive young female who was in full cardiac arrest. Officer Goodwin, who is not here tonight, quickly responded, was able to administer Narcan, and without a doubt, in my mind, and speaking to the other people involved, he absolutely saved this woman's life. And she's still here today because of his actions. To talk about Swamp Road a little bit, we've done several details, including a larger truck detail in the beginning of the month that was involved the Newtown Township Police, Newtown Borough, Upper Makefield, the truck enforcement team, as I'll call them, also the state police, both locally and at Harrisburg, brought down special equipment to that to address several issues on Swamp Road, including speeding. They had a full complement of radar and a bunch of different stuff, so there was several citations issued based on that, which included several trucks, 4 trucks being placed completely out of service and one of the drivers being arrested for being impaired. As we spoke about in the past, our Shop with a Cop program is in full swing. The targeted date for the shopping is December 2nd of 2018 at the Target store on Lincoln Highway. I believe our totals right now, we have about 46 children we've identified fit into this program. We're moving full steam ahead with it. On the township's webpage and the police department social medias is the areas to donate. It is a tax deduction, and the information to make that donation is on there. But it looks like this year, Newtown Township, Newtown Borough, Upper Makefield collectively for the Council Rock School District are going to hopefully brighten 46 kids' holidays this year, which I think is fabulous. There's been some talk about some game law violations and some hunting and some varied gunshots being heard and fired recently. There's been some talk about what to do and what not to do with this. If you believe there is gunshots, please call. Understand in this general area, you cannot use any type of single shot firearm, which would be a rifle, a shotgun with rifle slugs. There's parameters as to where you can do any additional private property. There is some places around here where archery hunting is available, and I believe that's all you can be doing right now anyway, is archery hunting, except for some small game issues, which I think really only involve squirrels at this point. But if you believe there are gunshots, we encourage you to call either the non-emergency number for the radio or 911 if you think it's urgent, and we do investigate them. Other than that, I don't have anything else to report. Is there any questions?
Any questions, Chief?
I have a couple of comments, if okay. Thanks for mentioning Officer Goodwin's use of Narcan. That's one of the things I recognize, and I hope that more lives will be saved, but it's very sad that people are overdosing. And I see that this year Narcan was used 3 times versus 2 times in all of 2017. So I hope that's not really a trend, but I want to express my gratitude to the officers who do use Narcan to save lives. And I know that's not what they have signed up to do. And I thank you for recognizing their effort in this way. That being said, I hope we can go forward at some point to find a way to bring other resources to bear to encourage overdose victims. What happens after they receive the Narcan? You don't have the authority to send them to treatment, but I've heard from other police departments that they may be working with some social networking organizations to distribute information to these survivors so that they may be able to get some free help to overcome their addiction. That's just something that I hope.
No, that is absolutely the case, and if I could, just to clarify, these Narcan uses that I report are strictly done by the police department themselves. Other emergency services outside of us do it often, or a little bit more frequently than we do. So these stats are just ours. We don't have the epidemic that some places have, fortunately for us. And regarding that, there is some things that are in the work. I don't have a lot to comment on them right now, but we do provide them with varied literature. The hospitals and the EMS do that. We're trying to promote some more things where they can voluntarily come forward without prejudice or anything like that to get them the help they need. But unfortunately, most of it is they have to take the first step. It can't be a family member, it can't be the police, it can't be the rescue squad. It needs to be the person suffering from addiction themselves. And to go on to a step further, if I could, Mr. Mack, regarding the teenage bedroom that you spoke of, that is done by Med Sound, and is an absolute phenomenal program. And what it's meant to do is educate the parents as to what to look for in the room, what to look for in social media, and so on and so forth. And it's a real eye-opener because they get this information, we get it provided based on our experience and what we're seeing in the houses, but also kids or younger adults who've overcome addiction and want to give you the opportunity to do the same thing. So these are not a series of cops just making children's rooms or teenage rooms. This is based on absolute street experience, and they're ever changing. And you know, you get to these things and the parents are just as baffled as the police are where it's at. We know they're overdosing, we know that they didn't leave, and they're so creative in what they do as a parent, you just can't look enough places. So that is a home run. I haven't seen the trail where they had a room that they were doing in for a while, but it's absolutely a home run.
Yeah. Thank you for that information. I think